and a ridge just located over western Texas. Alright. Now, I do want to take the time and change the region map and focus on not in the tropics, somewhere else. Now, what is this that we're dealing with, folks? Okay. Now I'm going to switch gears and try to do something along the lines of, let's say, using this. This is what I call, what's been called as the dynamic tropopause. Anywhere right around the 2 potential vorticity units. If you guys haven't learned anything from atmospheric science or completely a total noob at that, well, 2 PVUs is when you have the transition from, let's say, from the troposphere to the stratosphere. Well, of course, I'm not saying the stratosphere is at the surface, because that is misleading. But what I'm saying is, folks, is that this is a dynamic tropopause and will give us an idea where all that cold air is going to move into the contiguous part of the United States. So let's take a look. Okay, so basically, we do have areas of low pressure throughout the Arctic region, and hold on, let me advance to here. That's today. Then we just move to 24 hours from now. So all that cold air, all that cold snap right here and here, that's going to be over the Great Plains, and this one right here, maybe something could form over the Gulf of Alaska. Let's move on. Yeah, it'll dip down just a bit, and this cold snap here, yeah, basically that's going to be over the Great Lakes region, but yet it's over the surface though. That's for Wednesday night, then Thursday. Oh, wait, hold up. Okay, so this is 7 a.m. For Thursday morning, and that means that after this interval it could go up, but then again, I'm still waiting on some more hours, so I'm gonna have to work with whatever I got. Okay. Yeah, plenty of cold air. I think I'm maybe jumping myself here, but you know what, folks? Now that I realize this, it turns out this is not me waiting for these. These are unavailable, but the ones that are red, they're not loaded yet. But regardless, let's. Hey, Wild, welcome to the stream. How was your day today? How was your weather? As of today, the drought, well, it's kind of the same as it was yesterday. I mean, plenty of drought in the Rockies and the desert Southwest, to the south, much of the South, parts of the Midwest, and a few parts in the coastal part of the northern New England part of the country. So now let's, now without further ado, we go to here, right? For those of you who are new here, Wild is here, and he has showed us, his location for me to forecast for him. So if you guys want to type in the chat which location you want me to forecast in, I'd be happy to. You just got to hit me in the chat, just like what Wild has done a while ago. For example, right now I'm going to go here. What I would do is that I go here and set up for tomorrow morning, and go here. Like, for example, Wild lives like close, like right around the Thunder Bay area in Canada. So his temperature for tomorrow morning would be just about a few degrees below freezing, which I would estimate that to be almost negative 5 degrees Celsius, because, well, he usually reads like what he has typed right now. Been really warm for late November today. Won't last long, though. A high of 12 degrees Celsius. 54 Fahrenheit, a low of negative 1 degree Celsius or 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, okay, so there's going to be a lot of freezing temperatures throughout the Rockies and the Great Basin too, and anywhere east of the Cascades and Sierra Nevadas, and all that freezing air starts penetrating into parts of the the desert Southwest and the northern tier of the country. But yet we still have plenty of warm air throughout the coastal part, throughout the Gulf Coast, though. But all that warmth just stick around throughout parts of throughout the Ozarks, the Ohio Valley, the Southeast. Still some chilly temperatures throughout New England. Alright, and now we move on to tomorrow night. Just give it a moment. So basically, his temperature reading would be right around a little bit over the freezing mark, about almost 5 degrees Celsius. That winter storm watch is now in effect. Oh, yes! Yeah, I have been talking about that just recently. Yeah, it does appear as though that it's going to get hectic, though. You're ready for it. Nice. That's good. For folks in the U.S., I thought for sure my mouse was broken or something. Plenty of warmth from Texas all the way to the southeast. Some warmth in the Ohio Valley, the Ozarks, and parts of the Mid-Atlantic. And also some warmth in the parts of the desert Southwest, California, and parts of the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest. But there's still freezing air throughout the Rockies and the northern tier of the country, like the Dakotas and northern Minnesota. While for Wednesday morning, your lows be just a little bit around negative 5 degrees Celsius. But folks in the U.S., plenty of freezing air throughout the Rockies, Great Basin, the Great Plains, believe it or not, and the upper Mississippi Valley. All that warmth spreads east towards places like the East Coast. That's when you realize that cold air starts moving in. Bits of mild temperatures throughout the immediate parts of the West Coast. Then you have all that cold air. By Wednesday night, while your temperatures would be barely around the freezing mark, though. Plenty of mild temperatures throughout the immediate coastal side of the Gulf Coast. Florida getting some mild weather. Perfect timing for folks who arrive in the Sunshine State. But, however, although it's going to be mild throughout the East Coast, but it's going to be quite a journey because you do have a cold front that's going to approach throughout the megalopolis parts of the Northeast from both Boston to Washington, and especially down the Carolinas. And what about folks on the West Coast? Plenty of warmth throughout the West Coast. Kind of ideal conditions throughout the I-5 corridor, but it's going to be really cold for folks who are traveling along the I-35 corridor. Yep. It's quite bad. Now, what about for Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning, wild? I know you already celebrated Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, that is, last month, if I'm not mistaken. But your temperature is going to be way, just a little below freezing, more below freezing than the other mornings, like tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning. But it's really cold, dude. Very cold. Throughout the U.S., still a pocket of warm air in Florida, and a tiny bit of mild temperatures in the southern tip of Texas. The parts parts of the west coast would still get some mild temperatures, but then all that cold air, massive freezing air infiltrating throughout places like the Great Plains, widespread throughout the Appalachian parts of the country, of the Northeast, all the way down to the Carolinas, but still left over throughout the Great Basin, though. Look at that. It's very widespread. But although I am expected to have windy conditions for the Thanksgiving parade, I'm not going to the parade, but I do expect that folks who are heading to New York City for the Thanksgiving parade early in the morning, temperatures will be just a little above freezing, with about like right around the upper 30s for the early morning hours, but it'll feel a little colder, just right around barely freezing. And finally, for Thanksgiving night, even though Wild doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving because he already celebrated, right, Wild? Temperatures for the high, it'll be still still below freezing, though. Yep, exactly. Folks in the U.S., there's plenty of warmth in Florida and parts of Texas, Arizona getting warm. California too, still some mild temperatures, but barely any change throughout parts of the Pacific Northwest. But then you see all that cold air. Was October 13th for me. Yep, October 13th was the Canadian Thanksgiving, but American Thanksgiving is coming up this Thursday. It's going to be really cold throughout much of the Northeast, mostly on the interior side, the Ohio Valley, the Northern Plains, and parts of the Northern Rockies. Worry about Black Friday right around the Thanksgiving time. We'll stream again for Thanksgiving, but we are still streaming up until 8 p.m. Right now I got to get through the hurdle of talking about Dew Point Cape, and as well as precipitation, maybe some wind, thunderstorms, and as well as the overall 3-day forecast for snowfall accumulation, because that is very important. Alright, so now let's take a look. Wild, in terms of humidity, your humidity would be just a little below freezing, though, for the early morning hours. So that means that you might get some overcast conditions to foggy conditions in your area, all in preparation just ahead of the storm. Let's take a look. Plenty of humidity throughout the southern states, except for folks in western Texas, where they're going to be bringing in some cold and dry air into the region. But then all that humidity starts spreading northward towards places like Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. The Ohio Valley getting plenty of humidity. Tiny bits of humidity throughout parts of the Northeast on the coastal side, and as well as a few places on the West Coast and southern Arizona. So let's take a look for tomorrow night. Wild, your humidity level would be below freezing, which means that less fog for you, but we'll deal with the precipitation in just a moment. But for folks in the U.S., there's plenty of humidity to go around along the Gulf Coast, the Southeast, plus Arkansas, Louisiana, eastern Texas, and eastern Oklahoma. The Ohio Valley getting a little bit more humidity, all the way up to Wisconsin and Michigan. And the humidity starts building up throughout the Northeast. And still some humidity still left over in southern Arizona to the San Francisco Bay Area and a few places in the Pacific Northwest on the coastal side. Wild, for you, your humidity level will be like just a little below freezing for Wednesday morning. What about humidity in the U.S.? Southern tip, very humid. Florida, Louisiana, all the way up to the eastern part of the Ohio Valley, the Northeast. and it's quite still humid throughout the Pacific Northwest, mostly on the